We're bombarded with positivity. Smile more, be happy, think positive thoughts. But what if this relentless optimism is actually hurting us? What if it's masking real problems and preventing us from experiencing the full spectrum of human emotion? The truth is, life is a mix of good and bad. We experience joy, sadness, anger, and everything in between. To deny the negative is to deny a part of ourselves. It's like trying to paint a masterpiece using only the color yellow. You might create something bright, but it will lack depth and complexity. The problem with forced positivity is that it doesn't allow us to process and learn from difficult emotions. When we slap on a happy face and pretend everything is fine, we suppress our true feelings. This can lead to feelings of isolation, anxiety, and even depression. We start to believe that we're the only ones struggling, which makes us feel even worse. It's time to stop fearing negative emotions. They are not our enemies. They are messengers telling us that something needs attention. Instead of running from discomfort, we should lean into it, embrace the darkness, and allow it to teach us and help us grow. Love yourself. It's a message we hear everywhere, but what does it really mean? And is it even possible in a society that constantly pushes us to improve? We are told to embrace our flaws, yet we are bombarded with images of perfect bodies, perfect lives, and perfect relationships. We are encouraged to celebrate our individuality, yet we are pressured to conform to societal expectations. It's no wonder so many of us feel lost and inadequate. This constant pressure to improve creates a paradox. How can we truly love ourselves if we are always striving to be someone else? How can we accept our flaws if we are constantly trying to fix them? The truth is, self-love is not about being perfect. It's about accepting ourselves, flaws and all. It's about recognizing our worth, regardless of our achievements or our appearance. It's about treating ourselves with kindness and compassion, even when we make mistakes. We are told to be kind, to help others, to make the world a better place. But what happens when kindness becomes an obligation? What happens when we give so much of ourselves that we have nothing left to give? There's a fine line between genuine kindness and the kind of self-sacrificing servitude that leads to burnout. When we constantly prioritize the needs of others over our own, we neglect our own well-being. We become depleted, resentful, and ultimately unable to be truly present for anyone, including ourselves. True kindness comes from a place of abundance, not scarcity. It's about giving freely, without expectation of reward or recognition. It's about setting healthy boundaries and recognizing that it's okay to say no sometimes. It's time to redefine kindness. It's not about being a martyr or a people pleaser. It's about showing up for ourselves and others in a way that feels authentic and sustainable. It's about recognizing that our own well-being is just as important as the well-being of others. Section 4. The Success Illusion. We live in a culture obsessed with success. We are told that if we just work hard enough, we can achieve anything. But what if this relentless pursuit of achievement is actually making us miserable? The truth is, success is a moving target. There will always be another goal to chase, another milestone to reach. And even when we do achieve our goals, the satisfaction is often fleeting. We quickly move on to the next thing, never really allowing ourselves to savor the moment. This constant striving creates a sense of dissatisfaction with the present. We are always looking ahead to the next big thing, never fully appreciating where we are right now. We sacrifice our health, our relationships, and our own well-being in the name of achievement. But what if we redefine success? What if, instead of chasing external validation, we focused on finding fulfillment in the present moment? What if we prioritized experiences over possessions and connection over competition? Section 5. The Meaning of Life Myth. We're told that we need to find our purpose, that we need to have a grand plan for our lives. But what if there is no inherent meaning? What if we are free to create our own? The truth is, life is a journey, not a destination. There is no right or wrong way to live it. We are all unique individuals with our own set of gifts and passions. The meaning of life is not something we find. It's something we create through our experiences, our relationships, and our contributions to the world. Instead of searching for a preordained purpose, what if we simply allowed ourselves to explore? What if we embraced the unknown and trusted that the path would reveal itself along the way? What if we gave ourselves permission to experiment, to fail, to learn, and to grow? Section 6. The Right to Happiness. We often think of happiness as something we need to earn. We work hard, we achieve our goals, and then finally, we allow ourselves to be happy. But what if happiness is not a reward, but a birthright? The truth is, happiness is not something that exists outside of ourselves. It's not something we find in a job, a relationship, or a material possession. Happiness is an inside job. It's a choice we make every single day to focus on the good, to practice gratitude, and to cultivate a sense of inner peace. We all deserve to be happy, regardless of our circumstances. We don't need to earn it, we don't need to prove ourselves worthy of it, and we certainly don't need to wait for it. Happiness is available to us right here, right now, if we choose to embrace it. Section 7. The Art of Simply Being. In a world that constantly tells us to do more, be more, and achieve more, it's easy to forget the simple joy of simply being. But what if the key to a fulfilling life is not about striving, but about surrendering? What if instead of constantly chasing happiness, we allowed ourselves to simply be present in the moment? What if, instead of judging ourselves for our flaws, we embraced our imperfections with kindness and compassion? What if, instead of trying to control everything, we surrendered to the flow of life and trusted that everything was unfolding exactly as it should? The art of simply being is not about being passive or unmotivated. It's about finding a sense of peace and contentment in the present moment, regardless of what's happening around us. It's about letting go of the need to control, to judge, and to strive, and simply allowing ourselves to be.